And we haven't started the time yet. Okay, so that's a free anecdote.
Wow,
Okay?
that's a great
Take
one.
it away.
Mr. Elvis Presley.
Obviously, the legacy of Elvis is pretty well known. The legend of Elvis is well known. Were there any that you wished you could have included or dug into in his life?
Oh, there's so many moments, little things that you read in a book of him when he's just getting super famous, driving cross country, and they drove by this porch where there's a dog sitting out there, and Elvis said, "See that dog? He just gets to lay on that porch, and he goes out and he runs around and he does whatever he wants, and he comes back and he just lays back down on that porch." And the simplicity of that moment of him going, I sort of miss being able to just sit on the porch and just go play and not have anybody looking at me and judging me. And little moments like that just make you go, oh.
But in the end, you gotta listen to yourself.
You were interested in Colonel Tom. You imbue this man with so much pathos and understanding.
That's what I found out.
What was most important to convey
Well,
about
I didn't
him?
know what he looked like. I didn't know what he sounded like when Baz first came in. So to see this kind of like fat, balding, guy wearing very carnival-like clothes and cuckoo hats, that was one thing. Was he this Machiavellian manager in the standard, manager-artist representation that has been seen in movies about 8 million times? It wasn't until I talked to Priscilla herself and Jerry Schilling, and they literally took out at the knees every preconceived notion I had of the Colonel. They said he was a lovely man who, to Mr. Presley, never said no.
I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley.
He said, of course we can do that. Of course I can make that happen for you. Then, of course, as soon as Elvis left the room, he would turn to everybody else and says, now that's not going to happen. But,
But how do we make him feel like maybe he's getting there? And,
well, and that's there. And I will tell you, much to my delight, working with Baz, we sat down and there were some scenes that we literally turned 180 degrees, from scenes about no, no, no to scenes about yes, yes, yes.
He was my destiny.
Not as many people know Priscilla. And what did you feel that was most important to convey about her?
Her softness, her strength and softness, the way that she navigated a very impossible situation with poise. They were just two kids in love. And I think to play that is a lot of it's a lighter weight to sort of bear instead of playing Elvis and Priscilla, and for us, and we spoke a lot about that, me and Austin and Baz too, it's, it was Bonnie and Clyde, it was them against the world, it was just a boy that loved a girl that loved a boy.
I've never met anyone like you.
I hope not.
So this is going to be many people's introduction to Sister Rosetta Tharpe. What did you feel was most important to convey about her?
That she invented rock and roll.
Yes.
It's a quite large omission.
You ain't nothing but a dog player. I get it.
I feel like Little Richard is so original in everything that he does, and he had no choice but to be.
We're representing two queer artists, who at the time, my character was out and out as hell. Like just out and out, just like in the streets, just so gay.
Yeah.
She was all the way outside. But Little Richard struggled with his identity.
This might be an introduction for many people to B.B. King. What did you want to convey most about him?
I think the thing about B.B. King is B.B. King knows he's B.B. King, and I think Elvis knows he's B.B. King. And so it's more so about how Elvis will do the work. It's like with a king, any type of king actually. It's more so about how the people under him look at him and speak of the king. The king just sits back. And chills and takes it all in, and then we will perceive the king as he's supposed to be perceived. So, you chill.
I'm gonna show you